Shalom, brothers and sisters, and once again, on the behalf of Solid Foundation, Israelite Academy, I am your host, Shabar Judah ben Israel, bringing you another lesson on the behalf of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who are the Israelites, according to the Bible, who are the true Jews, the descendants of Jacob, God's chosen people, the chosen seed, special people above all people, the people of Negroid and Indian ancestry, okay? You are what they will call the 12 lost tribes of Israel. We're not lost. We're just scattered throughout different regions of the earth, North, Central, South America, Eastern, Western Hemisphere, so forth. The lesson on today is going to be based on the 4th of July. The 4th of July. We're going to show you the truth. Okay, on the 4th of July. And I wanted to open up with Jeremiah 10:1 on the 4th of July. So once again, brothers and sisters, this is Solid Foundation, Israelite Academy. Get out your paper, your pens, your pencils, whatever necessary for you to take notes. This is going to be a short lesson, I promise you, on tonight concerning the truth of the 4th of July. Let's open up with Jeremiah 10:1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. So this is talking to the house of Israel. The house of Israel, black, Hispanic, and native people. You are the house of Israel. So-called Negroes, Latinos, some might love to say Hispanic, and natives. You are the house of Israel. Jeremiah 10:1 is for you. So it says, hear the word which the Lord, the Most High, the Holy One of Israel, his true name, Yahweh, he exists. Hear what he has to say to you. Jeremiah 10:2. Thus said the Lord, Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, he tells us to learn not the way of the heathen. Learn not the way of the heathen. Those of you that are not familiar who the heathen are people that are not descendants of Jacob, such as the Edomites, which is the white people, the Caucasians, some may say, or the Europeans. Those are Edomites. Who else are not the Israelites? Who else are not descendants of Jacob? You have East Indians, Elamites. You have Ishmaelites, which are Arabs. Chinese, which are Moabites. Japanese, which are Ammonites. Ethiopians, which are Cushites, which those are Africans. You have Egyptians, which is another classification of Africans. They're not Israelites. North Africans, the Libyans. South Africans, the Canaanites. Okay, and the people of Turkey, Russia, Greek, Germans, Spain, Rome. Those people are not Israelites. Who are the Israelites? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So when it says in Jeremiah 10:2, learn not the way of the heathen, he's telling you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to learn not the way of other nations that are not of your nation. And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Now, we need to really look into this. Learn not the way of the heathen. All right? Because a lot of you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have saturated the ways of the heathen. Okay? Concerning July 4th this year. This frequency, this annual, based on Independence Day, also referred to as the 4th of July or July 4th, It's a federal holiday in the United States commemorating the adoption of the Declaration of Independence 241 years ago on July 4th, 1776. Now, black people, so-called black people, who are the true Jews, black man, black woman, black child, you must ask yourself, do you really know about the 4th of July? Do you really know about this holiday, federal holiday? Most of you just want to be a part of something and does not know the origin of it, or you don't even care to find out. You just want to be part of everything in America. But you're going to find out on today about the truth behind the 4th of July, because it's not for black people. It's not for Hispanic people. It's not for Native American people. But it is a commemoration for white people. Okay, this is a European celebration. Don't have a damn thing to do with you Aboriginal people. 4th of July has white power written all over it. 4th of July has white supremacy engraved all over it. Doesn't have a damn thing to do with black people, Hispanic people, and Native Americans. If you think it does, we're going to show you it doesn't. Okay? So, let's go further with the lesson. Excuse me, brothers and sisters, if you find it hard to read what's before you. Independence Day. 4th of July, basically, which is tomorrow. And it is July 3rd, 2017 on today, and tomorrow will make July 4th, which is Independence Day. And we're doing this lesson ahead of time to give you blacks, Hispanics a heads up not to be a part of this. Okay, so Independence Day is also referred to as the 4th of July or 4th month. Like I said, it's a federal holiday. Federal holidays in the United States. It's a federal holiday in the United States commemorating the adoption of Declaration of Independence. We just read it. We just read that. All right, let's go further. It says a commemoration to the adoption of the Declaration of Independence. It says 241 years ago on July 4th, 1776. We are right here. It says the Continental Congress. The Continental Congress declared that the 13 American colonies regarded themselves as a new nation. Okay, it says the United States of America were no longer part of British Empire. Now, do you believe that bull? Do you believe that bullshit? Excuse my French, but I'm furious, man. Because how long are people gonna do this shit each and every year, man? The United States of America basically, supposedly, politically received independence from British rule. You believe that? Because if you believe that America were no longer part of the British Empire from this point, we're going to show you that America is still a British crown colony. All right? America is still a British crown colony. So what's really going on? We're going to go deeper. But right now, we're going to stay on the surface. Yeah. Happy 4th of July. I call it you lie. They lie. It's all a lie. As you can see, there's no need for black people to be getting into the spirit of the 4th of July because it's all lies, man. You will see like different illustrations, you know, different images such as these, fireworks. Oh man, our people is just so in the 4th of July spirit. It's a damn shame how lost we are. Okay? Hopefully you won't remain in this condition after this lesson is done and dealt with. So yeah man, we are lost. This is 2nd Maccabees 4 and 15. Now, these books are in the Apocrypha, okay? As you can see, the Apocrypha that was taken out the Bible during the 18th century by Roman Catholic Protestants. They had these books removed from the King James 1611 edition. So we're going into 2nd Maccabees, and we're going to stay in sync with this lesson. We're going to 2nd Maccabees for a reason, in the Apocrypha. 2nd Maccabees, we're going to start with verse 4, and we are going to read verse 15. It says, not sitting by the honors of their fathers. These are the Israelites. The Israelites, there were many Israelites during that time, during the Maccabean revolt. During that time, it was a lot of Israelites following the customs of the Grecians, the Greeks, which is the white people, the so-called white man, white woman, white children. So not sitting by the honors of their fathers, the Israelites didn't go by honors of their fathers, but they did what? It says, but likening the glory of the Grecians best of all. So the Israelites neglected the honors of their fathers, and they did what? Everything like the glory of the Greeks. That's what we do today. We do the same damn thing today, man. All right? We do the same damn thing today. I have an illustration I want to show before you. Okay, if you can see it, brothers and sisters, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I hope you can see this. Hope you can see it well. Stay in tune. The Bible, 2nd Maccabees 4 and 15 through 17. And this is in the Apocryphal books. Remember that. It says, as you can see, not sitting by the honors of their fathers, but likening the glory of the Grecians. Meaning that back during the time of Judas Maccabeus, during the Maccabean revolt, during the Grecians, when the Grecians was ruling the earth, there was a lot of Israelites, you so-called modern day Negroes, okay, who are the real Jews. You, back during the time of 2nd Maccabees, okay, during the Grecian Empire, you was likening the glory of the Grecians, which are the white people, best of all, by reason whereof of sore calamity came upon them, for they had them to be their enemies and avengers, whose customs they followed so earnestly. So it's telling you that 2nd Maccabees chapter 4 verses 15 and 17 is telling you that the Israelites, they was likening the glory of the Greeks. They wanted to be Greek so damn bad. And here he goes, 2 illustrations before you. One on the top, one on the bottom. This little black girl right here want to be white. She's looking at this white devil on TV. She's looking at this Edomite, this white devil on TV, and it's taking over her mind, man. Because now she want to be a white devil. Same damn thing that the Israelites did during the Grecian Empire. The same goddamn thing the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are doing to this day. Want to be like this white man. And that's why you want to be part of every one of his holidays, whether they federal or not, man. This has to stop. Because it says who customs they followed so earnestly, and to whom they desire to be like in all things. Okay? 2nd Maccabees chapter 14 verses 15 through 17. All right? Let's go back into it. 2nd Maccabees 4 and 15. Not sitting by the honors of their fathers, but likening the glory of the Grecians. We got to stop likening the ways of the white man. And we got to keep our own customs. We got to keep our own customs, our own statutes, man, that the Most High gave us, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. 2 Maccabees 4 and 16. I'm going to show you what it says in there. Okay. It says right here, 2 Maccabees 4 and 16. And it's in where? The Apocryphal books. The books that was taken out the Bible in the 1800s. Okay. Back to 2 Maccabees 4 and 16. It says, for this reason, heavy disaster overtook them, and those whose ways of living they admired and wished to imitate completely, and became their enemies and punished them. So the Israelites, they admired these damn Grecians, these white people, and they admired and they wish to imitate completely their customs. Now this is like a revised standard version of the Apocrypha that I'm reading from, but it's similar to King James Apocrypha, 2 Maccabees 4 and 16. But what I'm trying to prove here is that the Israelites, they admired and wished to imitate completely the customs of the Grecians. We do that same damn thing today, trying to imitate the customs of the so-called white man, just like we was doing back then in the Grecian Empire. And what we try to be a part, what we don't want to be left out from. We don't want to be left out from the 4th of July, man. This is truly sad, y'all. This is truly sadistic. You see this? And we're not making mockery of this young man and this woman. You know, but he's gone, man. He's blind to the truth. You know, he's Hellenized. He's Americanized. Him and his woman, man. And a lot of our brothers and sisters are in this condition, man. Thinking that they're Americans. Blacks, you are the true Jews. You the Hebrews. Okay? July 4th, 1776 is the day that white Americans received independence, sovereignty, and freedom from the British, supposedly, because America is still a British crown colony, while still owning African American slaves, so-called African Americans, we the Hebrews. And black people still celebrate the 4th of July. White supremacy is one hell of a drug. Okay? I mean, there's several illustrations, there's several depictions. You claim that Black Panthers are like the KKK. Shit. Show me pictures of the Panthers hanging a white person from a tree. This is just a statement Chris Rock made. I don't think this in connection with the 4th of July, but you have to kind of decipher, and you have to just kind of pick out, like right here. Not everyone can celebrate the 4th of July. Remember those armed citizens who fought government tyranny and oppression? They were like you. They were armed. It was the American Revolutionary. Your bills of rights wasn't free. As a free American, it is your right and duty to be armed in order to stand guard against the government tyranny and oppression. Some of this stuff, man, you have to really just look through, you know. But I want to pick out the main things, like black people carrying these American flags. You know, black people want to be damn Americans, want to follow the customs of America. Look at this nonsense, man. That's a damn shame. Look at that. That's a damn shame. Man. That's so damn corny, man. Look at our brother. Americanized. Damn black America. You know? He want to be black America. And a lot more of our people, they just, you know, I'm just showing you several illustrations, man, because it's sad. 4th of July don't have a damn thing to do with us. Because I'm going to show you what you was doing, black man, black woman. I'm going to show you what you were doing. All right? Nicki Minaj. You know, getting her 4th of July on, man. These rap entertainers are misleading the world. I'm going to bring out a scripture for that, man. This is Isaiah 9 and 16. For the leaders of this people cause them to err, and they that are led of them are destroyed. So the leaders, the entertainers, the rap entertainers, actors, actresses, okay, as you see here, the leaders, they do what? They cause you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, they cause you to err. Because these ain't nothing but house niggers that have been set up. These are gatekeepers that have been set up to detour you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So-called white man. This is his devil. This is a lot. This is his angels, man. So yeah. 4th of July is not for our people, but yet instead you see this bullshit right here. July 4th, 1776. Let's see what the black people were doing. While Americans were celebrating their independence, black people were still being beaten, raped, and tortured while the bombs burst in air. Africans, that is to say the true Jews, we're not Africans. All right, we are the Hebrew Israelites. But they call us these proverbs and bywords in this lost, wicked-ass land, which is America. So you so-called Africans would still be enslaved for almost 100 more years because Abraham Lincoln supposedly signed the Emancipation Proclamation and freed slaves in the year 1865. So that was during the 18th century, though. What happened here in the 17th century? You so-called Negroes would be enslaved for almost 100 more years. You was being beaten. You was being raped, tortured. You was saddling master horse, shining master damn shoe, picking his damn cotton. Your woman getting raped. Your man getting castrated. Okay? Black man, black woman, and children being psychologically brutalized, mentally brutalized, and spiritually brutalized. Okay? Getting flogged, whipped all night, getting branded with a hard-ass iron for merchandise. This what was going on during the July 4th, 1776. And you stupid-ass niggas still want to go out and keep this celebration. You do it annually. You do it every year. Now, the ones that don't know about this, I'm not calling you folly. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm talking to the ones that have came across this knowledge, that know about this and still continue to support this madness. You are the ones I'm talking to. So let the truth be told. July 4th, 1776, you were picking cotton on plantations. Okay? That exactly what we were doing, our ancestors. This is Proverbs 3 and 31. Envy not the oppressor and choose none of his ways. Let me blow this up. It says, envy thou not the oppressor. What does that mean? Do not be jealous. Do not be jealous of the oppressor. Okay? That's what that means. Don't be jealous of the oppressor. Who is the oppressor? The so-called white man that's oppressing you so-called black people in the Western Hemisphere, which is the United States. You have been oppressed. You was oppressed from day one. You will never have equality, okay? You will forever be despised by the so-called white people. You will never have the freedom that you desire. Okay? You will be forever burdened. You know? You will forever be an outcast to the true citizens of this land. And you will forever be a slave. Okay? So that's the oppressor, the white people. You don't supposed to choose none of his ways. You don't supposed to choose none of his ways. What have we done? We have went out and selected this wicked ass festival, man. We don't supposed to choose none of the so-called white man ways. We supposed to, I'm going to show you what we supposed to keep. Okay? Leviticus 23:1, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, now this is the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, Yahweh. Leviticus 23:2, speak unto the children of Israel, blacks, Hispanics, and natives, and say unto them concerning the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. So the Most High give you a list of feast days in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. Okay, it goes on to breaks out with the Lord's Passover. Okay, as you can see that. It goes into the feast of the unleavened bread. Okay. And it goes all the way down to the waving of sheaves. It goes to first fruits. I'm just showing you these all your holy days. These all your holy days. You know, and it goes on to say in Leviticus the 23rd chapter, it speaks about Pentecost. You know, I mean, I just can't select everything out in the 23rd chapter of Leviticus, but on your own time, if you will examine the 23rd chapter of Leviticus, these are all of your holy days which you should keep. You know, we don't supposed to keep no holidays. We don't supposed to do that. But we did it in the midst of our captivity after we was taken by the oppressor. And I can show you that. Psalms 106. Okay. This is Psalms 106. I am in the chapter 106, and I'm just speaking on the behalf of Israel, how we took upon the heathen ways. You know, it says, Psalms 106:33, because they provoked his spirit so that he spake unadvisedly with his lips. Psalms 106:34. They did not destroy the nations concerning whom the Lord commanded them. The Israelites wasn't obedient because he had basically commanded us to take out different Gentile nations, and we didn't do that long before. But what we did, Psalms 106:35, what the Israelites, what did they do? But were mingled among the heathen and learned their works. What that means to be mingled among, to be consolidated to, you know, to be attached, to saturate, to absorb. That's what we did, man. We became accustomed to these damn heathens, and we learned their philosophies, their customs. We prayed to their gods. We picked up their religions. We did all of this. We learned their ways. We learned their works. So we didn't know nothing about no damn 4th of July before slavery, because we was keeping our laws, statutes, and commandments. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You only learned this after your captivity. The white man taught you all that you know today, and he taught you that in your captivity. Okay, so let's go back to 4th of July. Let's get more understanding on that. So you see, Britain versus America. Britain versus America. Why did the American colonists want to be free from the British rule? All right, supposedly the American colonists wanted to be free from British rule because they thought that Great Britain was too far away to be able to govern them. They didn't want to pay taxes to someone who didn't know what was going on in their lives. They also didn't like how Great Britain was treating them. They thought that they should be able to govern themselves without the approval of Britain. And they also didn't want to pay taxes to a government that was not helping the people. So basically, after America, after America revolted, they had what you would call the War of Independence. Some may call it the American Revolutionary War. All right, so when we go up here, you know, you had British versus American. You know, that's known as the American Revolutionary War. As you can, I'm going to click this so you can see clearly for yourselves. All right, it says the American Revolution or War for Independence. See, so you had these 13 United States of America versus Great Britain. Now, why was America fighting against Britannica? Supposedly for independence. So, I want you to look at these two. I want you to look at this illustration here. Do you see any black people? Do you see any black people? So, while the Englishman and the British man was fighting, while they was fighting, where were black people? Where were black people? Black people were on the plantation working their ass off for master. Okay? Your black woman was getting raped. Your black man was getting castrated. Okay? We was getting burned alive. We was getting flogged all damn night, tied to trees. You name it, man. All these unspeakable atrocities will happen to black people during this damn American Revolutionary War independence. Don't have a goddamn thing to do with our people. Why? Because it wasn't no black people that actually fought in the American Revolutionary War. Now they're going to talk about Crispus Attucks. They would bring him up. But let's look into that. They want to bring up him because when we tell black people don't celebrate this wicked ass holiday that's about to come, that's around the corner, they're going to talk about Crispus Attucks. What did Crispus Attucks basically do? Crispus Attucks was the first person killed in the Boston Massacre in Boston, Massachusetts, and is widely considered to be the first American killed in the American Revolution. Okay, so they would try to bring him to give to give blacks some credibility on the behalf of the Fourth. But let's look into Wikipedia. Crispus Attucks was the first person killed in Boston Massacre in Boston, Massachusetts, and is widely considered to be the first American killed in American Revolution. You understand? So he might come to mind, I don't know. But no black people wasn't fighting in no American Revolutionary War for independence, man. Most of these black people, the majority of the so-called black people who are the true Jews, you were slaves, man. You were slaves. Several illustrations. You were slaves, black man, black woman, and children. Okay, so during the 17th century, you know, you were slaves, man. Enough said. This what was being done to your woman, July 4th, 1776. While the slave owner took the head, which is the husband, from the wife, lynched the husband in front of the wife, and took the wife as spoils of war, while you have this particular Edomite right here, this white devil, as you can see, he's going to stick his finger up her vagina, you know, making her lift her dress up. So this is what was going on during the time of 4th of July, 1776, whether you believe it or not, man. Okay? This what was going on, y'all. Right? They was doing this to our people, raping our people, man. But you gonna go out and celebrate this bullshit. America, first and foremost, didn't never get no damn independence from Britain. Why? Because when you look into it, you have private corporations that's owned by Great Britain. Private corporations are owned by Great Britain. So America really never got no independence from Britain because America is still British Crown colony. So what the hell is 4th of July is all about? the 4th of July is really about the birth of the Illuminati, man. I'm not going to go too much into this, but that's what the 4th of July is all about. The 4th of July is all about the birth of the Illuminati. As you can see right here, you see this guy by the name of Adam Weishaupt. I want y'all to see it. Adam Weishaupt. You see that? He was born February 6, 1748. Ingolstadt, Bavaria, which is in Germany. You know what I'm saying? He died around this time. But then his lifetime, Adam Weishaupt, when we go over, it says Johann Adam Weishaupt, he did what? He was a German philosopher and a founder of the Order of the Illuminati, a secret society. Okay, Adam Weishaupt, I just want y'all to see I'm not making this shit up. Adam Weishaupt was a founder of the Order of the Illuminati, secret society. When did he found this? When did he find it? We're going to show you. Because we don't need to hide anything. We need to bring it out. Okay, as you can see, I hope you can see it. On May 1st, 1776, Johann Adam Weishaupt founded the Illuminati in the Electorate of Bavaria, which is Germany. So he's the founder of the Illuminati. See, so that was on May 1st, 1776. That's what really the 4th of July is all about. They just use the 4th of July, and they just use America supposedly fought against the British rule. They just use that shit as a cover-up. This is what's really going on. May 1st, 1776. That's why when you look at the back of the dollar, brothers and sisters, when you look at the back of the dollar, you will see Egyptology symbolism, Egyptian symbolism on the back. It says Inuit Coeptus, which means he has favored our undertakings. This is the all-sin our providence. This represents the illuminated ones, the ones that possess all power, because the narrowest point of the pyramid is at the top. So in order to possess all power and authority, you have to rise your vibrations to the top. You understand? These are top-notch people that are not to be taken lightly. So they claim they are known as the Illuminati, the illuminated ones. To illuminate something is to bring light to something, to enlighten, to open up one's mind. So they claim that they contain certain wisdom that the masses of the people don't contain, and they call themselves the enlightened ones. But anyways, I want you to look at this on the base of the pyramid. Right here it says Novus Ordo Seclorum, which means Novus. This is a Latin phrase, man. That's why America don't even print its damn money. It don't print its own damn money. So how in the hell that America is politically independent from British rule when it don't print its own damn money? European bankers print the money of America, man, if you didn't know that. Okay? So, yeah, America don't print its own damn money, y'all. That's something that you must know. That's why you think it has damn Latin phrases on the back of United States currency, man. They don't print their own money. I'm going to show you something else, because Novus Ordo Seclorum means the new order of the world. Novus means new, Ordo means order, and Seclorum, which is secular, meaning world, new order of the world, that they planned on fulfilling in the future time to come. But yeah, America don't print their own money. America did print their own money up until 1913. Okay, they printed their own money up until 1913, but afterwards, America don't print their own money. Okay, so we talking about total control of America's, basically the finance, man. America don't print their own money, but America's money has Illuminati symbolism on the back of the bills, and we need to be able to identify it. We need to be able to analyze and see what's really going on. Like MDCCLXXVI. That's M in Roman numeral numbers is 1,000. That D is 500. The two, that C is 100. That C is 100. The L is 50. The X is 10. The X is 10. The V is 5, and the 1 is 1. So altogether you have 1,776. This is the year the Illuminati was formulated, man. This is the year that the Illuminati was established. By who? By Adam Weishaupt. So they telling you right there. They're telling you. They gonna tell you that on May 1st, 1776, Adam Weishaupt founded the Illuminati. That's the birth of the Illuminati. So basically, July 4th is a cover-up for the birthday of the Illuminati, founded by Adam Weishaupt. They're not going to tell you that. They will have you celebrate supposedly July 4th when you are celebrating the birth of Adam Weishaupt, New World Order. Okay? Okay? That's what's going on, man. Not to spend so much time on Adam Weishaupt. And yeah, for your edification concerning the dollar bill, you know what I'm saying? You will see like 13 stars. I'm trying to give a closer image. You see 13 stars above the eagle's head. They want you to think these 13 stars is in reference to the 13 colonies, the first 13 colonies of America, but it's actually the 13 illuminated banking families, man. All right, there are international banking families, which is classified as the Illuminati, the enlightened ones. It's 13 Illuminati bloodlines. All right, it's 13 Illuminati bloodlines. And those stars represents those 13 Illuminati bloodlines. Don't have a goddamn thing to do with the 13 colonies. I just want to point that out first and foremost. As you look at the dollar bill, you will see ones in the upper right corner, the upper left corner, the lower left, and the lower right. You'll see one. Now, why would this be placed on $1 bill? You see one, okay, in the upper left, upper right, lower left, one. Now, why would they have one right here? And including that all-seeing eye, which represents those illuminated ones. Why would they have one? Why would they put this symbolism on the $1 bill? Why? Because on May 1st, 1776, Adam Weishaupt founded this Illuminati. He founded it, okay? I'm not making it up. I'm trying to show you. Adam Weishaupt. Who is Adam Weishaupt? We're going to show you images of Adam Weishaupt. Okay? As you can see right here, that's Adam Weishaupt. And a lot of you believe that George Washington is on the dollar bill. It's not George Washington. It's Adam Weishaupt on the dollar bill. That's Adam Weishaupt, not George Washington on the $1 bill. That's Adam Weishaupt. Wake the fuck up, man. That's Adam Weishaupt. What did he do? He is the founder of the Illuminati, the enlightened ones. Okay? That's what the 4th of July really is about. Because you had basically 2 events that happened in the same year. Okay? You had 2 events that happened in the same year. You had May 1st, 1776, and then supposedly you had July 4th, 1776. They used July 4th, 1776 as a cover-up basically for May 1st, 1776. So this is what you're really celebrating. Happy birthday, Illuminati, May 1st, 1776, by this goddamn devil right here, Adam Weishaupt. All right? Yes, y'all. I know it's hard to believe, but it's the truth. You know, Adam Weishaupt, the Illuminati seek to establish a new world order. Their objectives are as follows. Number 1, the abolition of all ordered governments. Number 2, the abolition of private property. Number 3, the abolition of inheritance. Number 4, the abolition of patriotism. Number 5, the abolition of the family. Number 6, the abolition of religion. Number 7, the creation of a one world government. This was all Adam Weishaupt plan. This damn devil here that formulated the Illuminati on May 1st, 1776. That's actually what's going on, man. That's the cover-up for 4th of July, 1776. I thought I'd put that out there. All right, I have several articles that's before me. The origin of the order of the Illuminati. Y'all need to look into that, man. Y'all need to look into that. Matter of fact, we'll type that in to see can we bring that up. The origin of the order of the Illuminati. This is history of the Illuminati. Now we're not gonna read the whole entire thing, but we're gonna straight jump to the point. All right, now it says Weishaupt wrote out a master plan in the 1770s outlining the Illuminati goals. He wrote out a master plan in 1770 outlining the Illuminati goals. Okay, it says, and when was this done? Finishing on May 1st, 1776. This is when Adam Weishaupt finished this plan on May 1st, 1776. According to the Illuminati, this great day is still commemorated by communist nations in the form of May Day. And they do it in secrecy on the 4th of July as well. So at the time Weishaupt ideology was first introduced, Britain and France were the two greatest world powers, and so the Illuminati claimed credit for having kindled the Revolutionary War. See, the American Revolutionary War, the war between British and the Englishmen, Britain and America. So the Illuminati claimed credit for having kindled the American Revolutionary War in order to weaken the British Empire and the French Revolution to destroy French Empire. So you can see it for yourself. I'm not making this up, man. Weishaupt wrote out a master plan in 1770 outlining the Illuminati goals. And when did he finish it? He finished it on what? He finished it on May 1st, 1776. That's all what the goddamn dollar bill is about, man. That's why you see MDCCLXXVI at the bottom. That's 1,776. That's when Adam Weishaupt basically finished his plan, man. So it's on the back of your dollar, but they want you to think it's the 4th of July. It don't have nothing to do with that, y'all. That's why it says Novos Ordo Seclorum. That's the new world, the new order of the world that was orchestrated long ago by Adam Weishaupt, man. His plan to form a new world order. I'm not making it up. Do your own damn research. If you're thinking I'm lying, I don't have time to tell you lies. So they say that America became an independent country from Great Britain. How so? When you have these private corporations owned by Great Britain. Let me show you these private corporations. All right, you have the Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve, that's a private corporation owned by Great Britain. It's owned by Queen Elizabeth. Because what you must understand, y'all, brothers and sisters, I recommend that you get this book. It's called The Empire of the City. And it shows you basically the three main branches of the Illuminati. Now, we're not going to talk too much about the Illuminati because this lesson is not about the Illuminati. But you need to understand the Empire of the City. Now, what basically I'm talking about is that, you know, these crown colonies are controlled by the empire of 3 city-states, okay? And one empire is called the Empire of the City. These are the 3 main branches of the Illuminati. Basically, this is how they control the world. This is how they control the masses of the people. And they do it 3 ways. They do it militant-wise. So, military operation. Washington, D.C., District Columbia. Washington gets the credit for militant operation. Who gets the credit for economic operation? The city of London. Great Britain. Because I believe London is the capital of Britannica, Great Britain. So, they control you financially. Keep in mind, Washington, D.C. control you militant. So what about the Vatican? What about the Roman Empire? How do they control you? They control you religiously. They control you religiously. Okay, D.C. controls you militant. And London controls you financially. So if the Federal Reserve is a private corporation, we got to find out that it's who it's owned by. It's owned by Queen Elizabeth, which is Great Britain. So how in the hell America ever gained independence from British rule? You see, this don't make no damn sense. That's what I'm telling y'all. As you can see, the empire of the city. This is the New World Order. Think Washington, D.C. works for the American public? Wrong. They work for the crown and the Vatican. I'm not making it up. All of this stuff is out here for your edification. You just have to do the research, man. You have to do the research. You have to look it up. You have to see what I'm talking about. The trinity of the globalist control. Vatican City, which is Rome, controls you through religion. City of London, which is Great Britain, controls you through finance. So how in the hell America is politically independent from Britain? But then they still got damn European bankers that's printing the money, man. And then Washington, D.C. control you militant-wise. We're not making it up. Y'all got to understand this. Y'all got to understand that D.C. that controls you militant-wise, that's the Masonic gang. Washington, D.C., that's the New Rome. That's the Masonic gang. Controls military, controls the media, and controls the money. All right? What about the Vaticans? What about Rome? Control you religiously. That's the night gang. Controls the courts, controls the banks, controls Freemasons. And what about the Jesuit gang, man? Okay. Religion, man. I'm trying to tell y'all. Controls religion, controls mind. I mean, this shit go on and on. I'll be here all night trying to do like extra takes to this. I need to just get to the point, man. So excuse me for rambling around. I just need to get straight to the point. But I'm just trying to show you this. That America is not politically independent from no damn British rule. That's why you have private corporations. All right, so what the hell this is all about? This is about, like I said, Adam Weishaupt, One World plan for One World Order on May 1st, 1776 as a cover-up. What's a second private corporation owned by Britain? Internal Revenue Service, the IRS. You know, what's a third private corporation owned by British powers? NASA, the National Aeronautic Space Administration. Okay. What's a fourth private corporation owned by Great Britain? The Federal Insurance Contribution Act, FICA. That's owned by Queen Elizabeth. All your tax money goes directly to Queen Elizabeth. What is that? Britain. Paying damn taxes. That shit go to Britain. But America's independent. Do your research, man. This War of Independence supposedly lasts from 1775 to 1783. And all that damn bloodshed between Britain and America, but damn America's still a British crown colony. America ain't even a country, it's a corporation. And we know who's over corporation presidents. And within a corporation, you have franchises. Okay? It's a lot to say about this political shit, man. I can't say it all tonight. So I'm just going to basically, brothers and sisters, let you just do your own research, man. And now I close this lesson out by just jumping to the points that I was intending on making from the beginning. I need to bring this out too because they would say, you know, as I was showing you about, I believe, slavery, as we brought this out, this what happened to our people during the 4th of July, 1776. We already went over this, but I wanted to bring out this blue phrase, Africans, which are the true Jews. We're not Africans. We are the true Hebrews, the Jews. Will still be enslaved for almost 100 more years. Why? Because supposedly Abraham Lincoln, okay, signed this Emancipation Proclamation. I want to bring this out because a lot of people actually think that Abraham Lincoln freed slaves. Abraham Lincoln didn't free no damn slaves, man. I'm going to show you what he did. I'm going to show you what he did. This is a picture of Abraham Lincoln on the behalf of the proclamation, Emancipation Proclamation. Abraham Lincoln didn't free no damn slaves. Abraham Lincoln emancipated slaves, y'all. He didn't free no damn slaves. This is what they want you to believe, he freed slaves. You still a damn slave in America. All right? You don't even have the shackles are no longer on your wrists and on your feet, around your necks, but you have the damn shackles on your brain, man. Still a damn slave in America. What the hell they talking about the Emancipation Proclamation? This cracker freed slaves, man. Let me show you what the term emancipation means. For those of you that's lack of understanding. Let me show you emancipation. Let me show you what the term means. Okay, so we're going to show you exactly what emancipation means. Emancipation.
Emancipation.
Okay.
Emancipation.
Emancipation. It says the fact or process of being set free from legal, social, or political restrictions. Liberation. The emancipation of feminist ideal. The freeing of someone from slavery, right? The early struggle from emancipation from slavery. Okay, so emancipation, we want to look at the fact, the process of being set free from legal, social, or political restrictions. Basically, liberation, the emancipation of feminist ideal, or the freeing of someone from slavery. So you would think right here that emancipation means freedom. But let me show you what emancipation means. Because Abraham Lincoln, what he did, let's go back to Abraham Lincoln. All right. What Abraham Lincoln did, people, okay? What he did was, how can I put this, man? The emancipation was simply, basically, it means to transfer property, okay? He transferred property. Now, you know the property, the so-called Negroes. We are the property. He simply transferred property from one owner to another owner. All right, that's what he did. And the 14th Amendment was really a contract between the U.S. government and citizens of this country. And for the so-called Negroes, it meant that white slave masters that owned black people on the plantation, that was done away with. So since that was done away with, the slave master who owned the black slaves on the plantation, what happened? Transferred their property, okay? They transferred their property, slaves, from him being a direct slave owner over the slaves, and they transferred it to the United States government under the 14th Amendment. Under the 14th Amendment. That's what emancipation means. They transferred slaves from basically being under a direct slave owner or a slave master to the hands of the damn government. That ain't no freedom. That's what emancipation means. And they did this under the 14th Amendment. Let's check out the 14th Amendment. This is the 14th Amendment within the Constitution. Nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of laws. All right, so yeah, so much for the 14th Amendment. Brothers and sisters, when you think about the 4th of July, Thomas Jefferson comes to mind. Why? Because Thomas Jefferson signed the Declaration of Independence supposedly in the year of July 4th, 1776. That's a lie. That's a lie. And I'll get into that later, but for the meantime, the Declaration of Independence, which contains the oft-repeated phrase that all men are created equal, because Thomas Jefferson made a statement that all men are created equal. I think I have the statement. I think I have this statement. Yeah, it says that we hold these truths to be sacred and undeniable, that all men are created equal and independent, that from that equal creation they derive rights inherited and inalienable, among which are the preservation of life and liberty in the pursuit of happiness. Thomas Jefferson. So he said that we hold these truths to be sacred and undeniable, that all men are created equal. Thomas Jefferson lied his ass off, y'all. Because Thomas Jefferson, you can just blow that out your ass because you lied, man. So-called white man is a damn liar in general. All you white people are nothing but liars. That's why the Native Americans classified you Europeans as snakes, because they said you spoke with a goddamn forked tongue. You made so many damn peace treaties that you broke. They couldn't trust y'all ass. Because, man, I'm telling you, Thomas Jefferson, while he was stating that all men are created equal, basically he owned 200 slaves at a time. He owned 200 slaves at a time and never set any of them free, even upon his death. Now, you do the research. Jefferson's words certainly had no reference to black people, of whom the majority at that time had no place in the American society except as property, and that is slaves. So while Thomas Jefferson was stating that all men were created equal, why in the hell you had 200 slaves as your own? And you owned them even up until your death. Why is that, Jefferson? And you white people are a damn joke. We gonna expose you. We bringing out the truth, man. So what was that really about? When Jefferson stated that all men created equal, he was talking on the behalf of his people. Not you blacks, not you Hispanics, not you Americans. Please understand this. All right? July 4th, 1776, by the Continental Congress, declaring that the 13 colonies regarded themselves as a new nation, and the United States of America no longer had a part of the British Empire. Damn lies. Okay, so Independence Day is a national day of the United States, and what goes on during Independence Day? A lot of cooking, a lot of grilling, backyard parties, singing, dancing, festivals, family get-togethers, family reunions. So much goes on during the 4th of July. And it's carried out mostly on the behalf of the black people. These brainwashed black people, man. Who are the true Jews. So I just want to put out something cause America really never became a politically independent country. So, historians have long disputed whether Congress actually signed the Declaration of Independence on the 4th of July. Even though Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, and Benjamin Franklin all later wrote that they had signed it on that day, most historians have concluded that the Declaration of Independence was signed nearly a month after the adoption on August 2nd, 1776. See? And not on July 4th, as is commonly believed. So what is the 4th of July really about, man? We already shared this. It's a cover for May 1st, 1776, Adam Weishaupt planned the birth of the Illuminati. But coincidentally, both John Adams and Thomas Jefferson, they were the only signers of the Declaration of Independence later to serve as presidents of the United States. They died on the same day, July 4th, 1826, which was the 50th anniversary of the Declaration. Although not a signer of the Declaration of Independence, but another founding father who became a president which is James Monroe, died on July 4th, 1831 as well. 3 presidents in a row died on that holiday. Calvin Coolidge, the 30th president, was born on July 4th, 1872. So far is the only U.S. president to have been born on Independence Day. So the King of England, I'm going to put this out as an extra. The King of England still rules this country through the international bankers. So the King of England still rules this corporation / country through the international bankers. Okay, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, so and so forth. We own no property. We are still citizens, subject under the kings of England. You have been taught that we won the Revolutionary War and defeated the British. It's all lies. You were taught in school and studying history books that your freedom came from the Declaration. Lies. Hope you brothers and sisters are taking notes, because what's being brought out is facts. It's the truth. Okay? Now, what about this "Don't Tread on Me" flag? Okay? Don't tread on me. Put that in. Don't tread on me. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. You have a flag. Okay, I'm going to pull up the actual flag because I don't want you guys to think that I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? Try to pull up the actual flag. Where's the flag? It's like this. It says, "Don't tread on me." This flag was created by a man named Christopher Gaston. Okay? Don't tread on me. See that? That was the first American flag. A lot of people don't believe it, but it was. Now, why do they have a goddamn serpent on the first American flag? I'm going to show you why. It goes back to the scriptures. It goes back to this damn white man being the devil that he is, being the serpent. When you look into Genesis chapter 3, verse 1, it speaks about a serpent. It said the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. Now, it's not talking about an actual snake here. It's talking about a wicked-ass nation of people. That's you white people that is personified in Genesis 3 and 1 as a serpent. The serpent is a man who is basically in the character of a snake that has very mischievous ways, trickery, and treacherous ways. And that's you so-called white people to this very damn day. You throw rocks and hide your hand. You do it at your best. The illuminated ones, the international banking families, these 13 Illuminati bloodlines put all this secrecy shit in these movies and leave it up to our expectations. They do this, man. They pull strings. They fuck around with the media. They do this, man. So now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord God had made, the so-called white race. All right. And he said unto the woman, "Yeah, has God said you shall not eat of the tree of the garden?" So we know this is not no damn literal animal that's conversating with Eve. This is the serpent in the classification of you white people. And that's why Christopher Gaston put this timber rattlesnake on the first American flag, man. Okay? I'm not making it up. Do your research. I'm not making nothing up. So the first symbol for America, before the bald eagle, before the flag with the American, the red and white stripes and the stars and the blue and the red and the white, was this right here, man. A serpent that was sectioned in 12 pieces and basically said that they said that we are a snake that's divided, but if we join with each other, we will bite. Each piece, I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you this. The snake divide, the snake, the colonies. I'm going to show you because Christopher Gaston, but before we go into that, let me show you about Christopher Gaston. Okay? I don't have time to sit around here and waste time, man. What I'm telling you is true, man. Okay, so don't tread on me. Let's go to right here. Okay, position below the rattlesnake are the words. Let's blow this up. Positioned below the rattlesnake of the words, "Don't tread on me," the flag is named after American general and politician Christopher Gaston, 1724 through 1805. This was his lifespan, who designed it in 1775. So this flag was designed in 1775, and this was the first American flag. Now, before a damn eagle, it was a damn snake. We know who that damn serpent is. You white people. That's why you put it on the first flag. Then you felt bad and went back and tried to put a goddamn eagle on the flag. But we still know you as the eagle, man. Okay? We still know you white folks as the eagle, man. So it's designed in 1775 during the American Revolution. It was used by the Continental Marines as an early model flag along with the Moultrie flag. And as you can see down here, the Gaston flag. Christopher Gaston created this flag, as you can see. This is named after the American general and politician Christopher Gaston. Now, why in the hell he would say, "Don't tread on me"? Okay, because when America was fighting against the British, they was telling the British not to tread on them, but you crackers was treading on the slaves, man. You know, that's real funny. That's real funny to me, because they would say, "Don't tread on me," right? But you was treading on the slaves during that time. You trying to fight for independence. Think about how the damn slaves felt on the plantation. Think about how they felt. See that? Y'all white people don't see that because you're a bunch of damn hypocrites. That's why, man. So believe it or not, the first flag of America was this Gaston flag. Didn't stick around not long, but you can see it. "Don't tread on me." But they was treading on us though. Raping our women, castrating our men, hanging us, lynching us, burning us, distorting our history and shit. You know what I'm saying? Whopping the floor with our ass, but then they're gonna tell Great Britain don't tread on them. You understand? That's hypocrisy, man. See, so this goes real deep, man. For the sake of time, I'm gonna have to cut this lesson short. These Englishmen were stating to the British, "Man, don't tread on me." And you was treading on the slaves. Wow. Just keep in mind, America has their own religious system, and this has nothing to do with God. If you examine the King James Holy Bible, you will not see holidays in the Bible. You will see holy days. Who's supposed to keep those holy days? The Israelites. But the heathen make you keep their damn holidays. I'm just throwing stuff out to you, man. Don't know if you taking it in, but I pray. You know, on the behalf of this 4th of July, man, it's crazy. Really crazy. I think I'm going to bring this lesson to an end. I think I done said what needs to be said. And I'm finna start to bring it to an end. If it's not nothing extra I want to say. On the behalf of Solid Foundation Israelite Academy, edifying one black, Hispanic, and Native American at a time. Why? Because you are the true Jews. You are the Israelites. Whether you believe it or not, you are the chosen seed. So I think that's all I had to say. Brothers and sisters, hope you was edified. Spread the knowledge, spread the word, help the world, wake up your people. The people of Negro and ending in descent, please wake them up. Do me a favor. Support us, subscribe. We're going to have more lessons coming. We're going to help as many as we can to get out this realm of darkness and come into the light. So that's what I had to say on the behalf of the 4th of July. Now, I know I probably forgot a lot of things, you know, because I have so much before me. But before I close out, just know that It was 56 signers of the Declaration. 56 signers of the Declaration, I believe. The youngest signer was Edward Rutledge. He was the age of 26. Benjamin Franklin was the age of 70. He was the oldest. The two future presidents signed was John Adams, that was the second president, and Thomas Jefferson. That was the third president. So altogether you had 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence, man. All these were nearby Freemasons that didn't give a damn about black people, man. So, believe it or not, on the behalf of Solid Foundation Israelite Academies, to next lesson, shalom.